Hey everybody, what's going on? Mr. Tony of the Dead here, and I have a few movie reviews that I'm going to be doing for everybody out there. And the first one I'm going to be doing is a movie from Arrow Video USA called Kolobos. This is from filmmakers Daniel Liatowitsch and David Ocvirk. The movie follows a bunch of these kids that they answer this ad that's in this newspaper about, they want these like freeloading kind of kids, come in kind of like a free world, a real world kind of experience type of thing. Just come into this cabin, this all-inclusive kind of thing, and just have this like experiment, have them be part of this experiment. And what they don't realize is that the entire place is full of cameras, and it's full of booby traps, and they, one by one they keep going under these traps. And also there is a killer going around, obviously killing them one by one in various different ways. It says it's The Real World meets Saw, and it has a little bit like a Suspiria vibe to it. It's kind of like a it was advertised as like a slasher back then, because back then it was like from the late 90s, and it's like more toward like when Scream came out and everything like that. It was like more advertised toward all that, and it definitely has that like Suspiria vibe to it in a way, but I guess it's more just the look to it. It's not really, and maybe some of the angles. I'll be honest with that. I got that after they said it. I don't think I got it while watching it. After they said they were influenced by Suspiria and various other Italian giallo movies and stuff like that, or Italian horror and that. I was like, okay, I could see it, but I didn't go into it thinking that. Like while watching it, I didn't see that. But afterwards, I got it. And as far as the Saw way of it, I guess when it comes to the traps, yeah, sure, but they're not really in situations where you have 60 seconds to find the key in somebody's gut and get out of your handcuffs kind of thing. It's nothing like that. And but it is kind of a slasher as well. But the killer, when you finally see who the killer is, very, very let down. It's a big letdown to me, to be honest. Like, I could kick this killer's ass. Not scary at all. In fact, any one of them probably could, to be honest. Not scary at all. And kind of a rip-off of the movie Popcorn. And I'm not 100% while I'm watching this. I would say actually probably maybe Popcorn came out before this, maybe around the same time, not sure. I'm not saying they ripped it off, but the killer in a way reminded me of that. But just the look-wise, not the whole idea behind it, but definitely the way the killer looked kind of reminded me of the final way that the killer in Popcorn looked. And whatever, it is what it is, I guess. But the movie is it's low budget. I think it costs like, I want to say $500,000 to make, something like that, which sounds like a lot. It is a lot, but I guess really it's not a lot of money to make a movie. But I don't think the amount of money you have, I'm sure it helps, don't get me wrong, but I think just because you have $500,000 doesn't mean you're going to make a good movie. I've seen people who had no budget and made a fantastic movie, and like I said, with no budget. And this, I don't know, it just came off to me as very cheesy, and I'm sure it's supposed to be a little bit cheesy. But it just had no effect on me whatsoever. Like, I don't care if I ever see this movie again. I don't care that I saw it, to be honest. I thought it looked good. I don't have a comparison to the original. The cast of characters, very unlikable people, especially like this main girl that they focus on. She kind of has this like she's mentally disturbed, and she sees things, and she has a disturbed past and everything. She's very annoying. And the one girl that's very annoying is the cutest one in the movie, and she ends up dying first, and she's just I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just wanted her to last longer, and that's just me. But I don't know. I just didn't really care for this movie, to be honest. Not a big fan. What I did like about it, I did like the angles, and I did like some of the atmosphere to it. Though I will say that I did like, but what I didn't like was some of the kills were kills that you didn't even see happen. Like one guy is alive, and then like, where is he? And then all of a sudden he's dead. There's no flashback to it or anything. He's just dead. And the way he looked like he died might have been actually kind of cool to see, or you know. And that happened like more than once. And it's just like, and the way the things are set up too, the traps in the house are kind of ridiculous, if you ask me. Like trying to open a door, and then out of the cupboard underneath the sink, a saw blade comes out, and then or no, actually it comes up, and then you're on the floor, and then somehow another one comes out of there. It just makes no sense. It's like, if the house is that booby trapped, how did they even make it in the house that far? It just, I don't know, it doesn't make much sense, I guess. But yeah, I don't care if I ever see this one again. It is what it is. But you know, watching the behind the scenes, I always get a little more respect for the filmmakers. 'Cause I never made one. There's a lot of stuff that I know I can't. I mean, I'm sure I could make a film if I tried, but who knows? I can't say it's going to be good. So I respect, you know, the filmmakers for doing what they do, and you know, they look like they had a good time. It looks like it was hard to make and all that, but I don't know, if it was me, I always think this, if this was me and I watched this, I wouldn't have been happy with it, putting it out, so I probably wouldn't want to. And I know sometimes being with studios and that, you have no choice. That's why it's always, I don't know, independent people always, I kind of like, you know, they do it the best, I think, because if they don't like it, they'll work on it and they'll change it, and you know, and sometimes it doesn't work on the end either with that, but as long as you're happy with your movie, whatever. But I don't know, I didn't really care for this. And so that's what this one was about. And now I'll show you the insides. And here you have the front cover here, little, you know, screen, TV monitor, computer monitor with a little image on it. Doesn't really, I still didn't understand what it means, you know. And they tell you what Kolobos means in the movie, so I won't give that away. But Kolobos, and then here's the opposite. It doesn't say who the artwork's from, and I'm guessing both of these are from the same people, whoever made it. But I think, I don't know, I guess this one's better, but it's kind of weird to have a big camera over top of a house. It's kind of weird. So I guess I'm going to have to go with this one, because it's a little scarier looking, I guess. But I like, I don't know. It's not blowing me away or anything, but again, if I had to pick one, I'd pick this one. And then here's the special features. There's a lot of special features on here, as you can see. So if you want to pause it now and check them out, you can. And then on the inside here, you have the Blu-ray. There's no DVD. And here's the booklet, and the Blu-ray is region A, B, and C. And like I said, here's a booklet here with a pretty cool imagery on the front there. That would have been a cool image to have on the front, I would think. And that is the kill that I'm talking about you don't actually get to see happen, which I would love to know how the hell that happened. You don't get to see it. But in here, you know, you have the cast and crew, all that kind of good stuff, pictures about the restoration, and there's the back. So yeah, Kolobos. I was saying Kolobos when I first saw it. I didn't know how to say it, but Kolobos. Take it or leave it. I could leave it. I don't really care. But I did think it looked good and it sounded good. Again, I don't have anything to compare it to. I've never heard of this before until now, and I've never seen it before until now, obviously. So, based off of just how it looks now, I think it looked pretty good. And sound-wise looked good. Captions were good. All that stuff. And it does have a lot of special features on here if that's what you're into, so there's always that. But it's just not for me. Next up here I have from Sony Pictures and Morgan Creek is Stay Tuned, and it's directed by Peter Hyams. The movie follows Roy Nabel, who is this couch potato. He spends like his entire day watching TV when he's at home. He goes to work, comes home, and that's all he does. He has, you know, no other interest in anything else. That's all he does all day. His wife's pretty much sick of it. She's going to leave him, and then he gets offered this free trial with this big huge TV and surround sound and everything, and a satellite dish, and has over 600 channels, and he gets, you know, he signs up for it, and his wife can't take it anymore, and then all of a sudden they don't realize that it's actually he signed his soul away to the devil, and they get sucked into the television. So now what he once loved he's a part of, and he has 24 hours to get through the day. He has 24 hours to live, really, and if he lives, he can get zapped back into reality, but if not, you know, his soul is the devil's and he's dead, basically. So now Roy and Helen are going through channel to channel, trying to survive all these channels in hell, and they're all like little renditions of different things you see in, like, nowadays, like Dwayne's Underworld, which is like Wayne's World, and then Driving Over Miss Daisy, you know, Different Strokes, which is, you know, literally different strokes. People have different strokes. They go into like an animated scene. There's a lot of different funny channels that they go into. There's a game show that they land on where it says you can't win, and you know, it goes from there. They go to wrestling. It's a lot of different stuff, a lot of pretty cool stuff in here. And John Ritter plays Roy, and he does a fantastic job. He's like really likable guy in this. He still loves his wife and everything, but he's down about it. And his wife's successful, and he says it doesn't threaten him, but you know, it obviously does. And Pam Dawber is his wife, and you know they're a good couple. They look like they work together, and they have 2 kids. And the one kid, the boy, he's like you know, pretty smart and with electronics and stuff, and the girl's just a typical teenager, you know, cheerleading, kind of a bitch kind of thing. Also in this is Jeffrey Jones. Most people probably know him, at least I do, from Howard the Duck, as, you know, the doctor in Howard the Duck. He's in this, and he's like this devilish executive. He's the one in charge of all this, you know, while it's going on. He's like next in command to the devil. And another executive in this is Eugene Levy, who is hilarious, and he, you know, has a mouth on him, of course, and it gets him in trouble, and he gets zapped into field work. So he's throughout the movie trying to help out the Nables, and you know, everybody plays a great character in this. It's a lot of fun. I've always liked this movie. It's the first time on Blu-ray, to be honest. I have it on VHS and I have it on DVD, and it's amazing the difference it is from VHS to DVD, which I actually can say that I have watched the VHS and watched the DVD and the Blu-ray, and there's a huge difference. It looks really good. Really awesome transfer on this. Really looks good. Unfortunately, though, the only special feature here is the behind-the-scenes featurette, which I'm pretty sure is what is on the DVD. So if you have the DVD and you don't really want to upgrade, you don't have to, because it's on here, or I should say it's on the DVD. The only thing you'll be getting is better quality, and I really don't think it's worth upgrading if you're only going for special features. But quality-wise, yeah, it looks good. The only bad thing I would say, and watch it nowadays, I guess maybe I always thought this, but I don't know. I think they could do without the animated part, which I'm sure a lot of people like, and I do like it, but I think it goes on a little long. I would rather not see the animated part, at least maybe only a smidgen, because a lot of times they're in places and they're not there for that long, and then they're off to the next channel. And I just think they spent way too much time on the animation, and I think it kind of like, I don't want to say it takes away anything, it's kind of cool, but like, I don't know, they can get killed as a cartoon, but yet they get smushed, they get on fire and stuff like that, but they don't die as it, but they're worried about getting killed. It just doesn't make sense as a cartoon. Like, how are you going to die from a cartoon as a cartoon if like they get hit by the door and smushed into the wall? How did that kill you? Like, what are you going to die of then? It just doesn't make sense. So I think they could just probably do without the whole animated scene. It's not like it's horrible, it just doesn't, I think it takes away from the movie. I think it doesn't need to be there. If anything, that scene goes on way too long, or it shouldn't be there at all. But I really do enjoy this movie. I thought, I like it a lot, and I'm glad that it's finally on Blu-ray. And you know, it's a good upgrade for me. I have it, like I said, VHS, DVD. Gotta get the Blu-ray, and this was actually a birthday present, so I asked for this. So yeah, and the only other thing is there's no reversible art, and the Blu-ray is just that, and it's unfortunate. It's just it's very plain, but you know, whatever. You get what you get. It's not that much money. It's under $20, so you know, for right now. So, but I'm glad I have it, and I don't regret asking for it. And I definitely have a lot of rewatchability. I've watched this a bunch of times in my life. Good movie, a lot of fun. And it's rated PG, which is kind of surprising for how it's about Satan and all that. I think maybe the ratings were a little different then for this. I would say nowadays it's probably a PG-13, but it says PG. I don't know. I don't think it's PG, to be honest. But and they don't really curse in it at all. But definitely the way they run over people, and like I said, it's all about Satan and stuff like that. So I don't know. So yeah, stay tuned. Next up here I have from the Warner Brothers Archive Collection is Bad Ronald, and this is directed by Buzz Kulik, and this is from 1974. And this movie is about this boy named Ronald who, you know, one day he's being picked on and everything, and he accidentally like bumps into this girl that he knows, and he's just very angry. He's a very angry guy, and she makes fun of him and his mother, and he doesn't like that very much, and he kind of just pushes her, and she hits her head, and basically she dies. She hits her head, and you know, what is that, blunt force trauma, and he didn't mean to do it, and it was an accident, total accident, and he decides that he's going to bury her body, and then he's going to return home, tell his mother all about it, and she's like, well, you shouldn't have buried the body, so now I'm going to have to hide you. So she decides that there's a bathroom downstairs. They have a lot of money. There's a bathroom downstairs, a bathroom upstairs, and like they're gonna, you know, build it up to make it look like it's never was there. Nobody's gonna know it was there. So he's basically gonna live in the bathroom in this area behind the like the cupboards and all that, just until things blow over and they can get out of there and leave town and, you know, go somewhere else. And they make it all up. Looks, you can't even tell it's there. You can't tell the bathroom's there. And he's there trying to lay low and everything. And the mother ends up passing away. And he's there living in the wall. And people move in and they think they have a ghost in the house. And I'm not going to say anything else, but it goes from there where he's basically watching this family from behind the wall as they go about their daily routines. Scott Jacoby and Kim Hunter are Bad Ronald and his mother. Kim Hunter you probably know from Planet of the Apes. She plays the main female ape, which I'm blanking on her name right now. But if you ever seen the original Planet of the Apes, she's the nurse one, the chimp. And you could tell it's her. You could see it in the eyes. Mother's a very likable person. You know, she'd do anything for her son, obviously. Even though her son's a complete fucking idiot. Like, I don't understand. Like, she even said, like, well, why did you bury the body? If it was an accident, it could have been fine. Now you're going to be going to jail till you're old. It's like, I don't understand why he buried the body. And then he buried her in a shallow grave, so of course the body was found. And the police come to the house. He's in question. The son's not there. They have a good plan and everything, and it works, but it just... he's a stupid kid. Stupid kid. He has problems. He is a writer, and he's writing about this made-up fantasy land kind of place. Like, it doesn't really go into detail about it. It's kind of seems like a mystical kind of place. And he's a good artist when it comes to faces, but when it comes to bodies, it looks like crap. I don't understand that either. He'll have a drawing, he'll have an outline, he'll have the body and everything, and then he'll put somebody's face there who he wants to play that part, and the face it's like, wow, that's that person. But it's like, why does their hair look like shit? Why does their body look like shit? Like, it's funny. It's like, yeah, you didn't draw that. I don't know. It's just something that while I was watching it, like, why does the face look so nice but the rest of the body looks like shit? It's just something my wife and I were laughing about. But he's just a very dumb kid. And as he's in the wall so long and being secluded and not being able to really even talk to anybody for so long, he starts going a little crazy. He starts believing that he's in his made-up world, and that starts to get even more dangerous. And he starts to get an infatuation for one of the teenage daughters in the house. And, you know, you feel bad for Ronald, But then after a while, you kind of think like, well, you're kind of an asshole. But I guess I feel bad for him in the beginning because he's picked on. But again, I don't understand why he buried. I guess, you know, oh, panic and I killed her. I'm gonna bury the body. But you didn't mean to do it. You didn't mean to do it. And I don't know. It just bothers me. And this was actually a made-for-TV movie. It's a good movie. It's actually a really good movie. I'll be honest. Watching it this time, I thought I liked it more before, and I think I probably like it a little less now. Not that I like it less. It's just, I guess it doesn't have its oomph anymore for me. Its wow factor. Because I've seen it and I know what was going on. But I do like this movie, and it was good to see. This is another birthday present that I asked for, and you know, again, first time on Blu-ray. This was another one that was on DVD and VHS for forever, and finally coming on Blu-ray. So and there's nothing special on here at all. There's no special features. There's just the movie, and it does look really nice. I watched an old trailer for it, like the VHS trailer. It's like night and day. It looks really nice. So yeah, if I had been alive in 1974 and old enough to realize, and I've been watching this was going to be on TV, I would have watched it. I think this is definitely one that could actually be on nowadays that people would watch. So yeah, I'd say give Bad Ronald a try. I enjoyed it, and if you like those kind of like creepiness kind of movies, like could you imagine somebody's living in your wall, you move into a house, somebody's living in your wall, you don't even know it, and they're just watching you? That's creepy as hell. So yeah, I would definitely say if you want a creep factor kind of movie, you know, check this one out. Next up, from Mill Creek Entertainment, we have The Legend of Billie Jean. I believe this is the third time this movie has been put up on Mill Creek, and if you're going to ask me which one you should get, this is the one, because it has the cool slipcover with the VHS. I always recommend having these if you're going to, you know, get one of them. They like to recycle their movies for some reason. This is in a standalone edition. It's in a box set, 80s box set, and now it's in this. So if you want to get it for one edition, I would say get it with this. It's the same on every disc. It's just with this you get this cool slipcover. But I did review this a long time ago for them, to be honest. But I'll give you a brief little, you know, synopsis of what this is about. And it's about this girl named Billie Jean and her brother Binks, and they live in the trailer park, and they're, you know, the brother's always being kind of picked on by this, like, he's kind of like this in-town kind of, I guess he's rich in a way. He's not really rich, but they have money. And he has this motor scooter that he really likes, the brother Binks. And the guy that's picking on him, named Hubie, he's just picking on him one day, and you know, Binks retaliates, and then of course Hubie doesn't like that, takes his bike from him, and then Hubie goes to get his bike back, and when Billie Jean returns home to find the bike there, it's all trashed, and she just wants the money for the bike, and she finds out Binks was beat up, and she goes to get the money back from Hubie's father, which is $608. So he wants her to come upstairs to get the money with him, and he wants to make a payment plan. He's going to give her $50 now, and he's going to do some things with her, and every time she comes back she gets $50, or she gets a little more until she gets to $608, and she doesn't want that to happen. And she's coming down the stairs, and there her brother is with a gun that he found in the register, and the guy says it wasn't loaded, and it accidentally goes off, shoots the guy in the shoulder. They're on the run, basically. And so now she's, throughout the movie, getting famous because of this story. The story's going around, and I'm give us a really brief, trying to give a brief description. The story's going around. She's starting to become famous. She's becoming this outlaw. Teens everywhere are looking up to her, and you know, her story's getting around, and some people know one side of it, and others know the other side of it. She becomes a legend, you know, a legend of Billie Jean. She becomes a symbol of freedom to teenagers everywhere. Billie Jean is played by Helen Slater, and Binks is played by Helen Slater. Binks is kind of an asshole, if you ask me. I think he's a pain in the ass. He's a typical teenage kid, and smart mouth. I mean, he doesn't get, does he deserve to be picked on? No. not at all. But I think he gets into like situations where he didn't have to do something, and like he didn't have to go in the register and get the gun out of it. You know, Billie Jean was handling everything, even though it wasn't being handled, but he didn't know that. He still went in the register and found the gun and took the gun. He didn't have to do that. I think because of them being on the run, I think it's all because of him. I think they wouldn't have been in that situation if maybe his bike didn't get trashed. Sure, but I think if he would have thought, I should not take this gun, if I wouldn't have gone in the register, I think if he would have not done that, they wouldn't have been on the run. But then again, there would be no Legend of Billie Jean. So I guess in a way it's good he went in the register. Also on the run with them is their friends Ophelia, which is played by Martha Gayman, and Putter, which is Yeardley Smith, who is the voice of Lisa Simpson. Putter, I don't know. She's annoying as hell. She's not as annoying in this as she is in Maximum Overdrive. I couldn't stand her in that. But they have, and nothing against people with accents, like you know, southern accents, but I think hers just projected so much that I couldn't stand it. The other ones had the accent, like Billie Jean had an accent. They all kind of had a little bit of accent, but like, and it's not real, but it didn't bother me. But hers was just so overdone. I think it was just like annoying as fuck to me. And she's like, but again, I like her. Sometimes I liked her in the movie, like things she said or did. You know, she just like, she had a trouble at home too with her mom and that. So you kind of felt bad for her. But like, I don't know. I guess sometimes it's like, well, maybe you deserve to be slapped once in a while. I don't know. Maybe not. But especially not when she's on the run and her mom, she comes up to her mom at the one part and she's like, Mama. And then her mom just, the first thing she does is slap her. But I'm sorry, if my kid was on the run and then I didn't see them for how long and they're on the news and all this shit and then I see them, the first thing I am going to do is hug them. I'm not going to fucking slap them in the face. And the mom looks like a fucking bitch. So, I don't know. But, I don't know. I don't like her, but I like her. But definitely not in Maximum Overdrive. But I think the accent, she just went way too far with it. And if that's her real voice, my God, I don't know. It's annoying as hell. But yeah, the picture quality though, I think it looks good. I enjoy it. I do like the picture quality. I think it sounded good. The bonus features on here, there's a commentary track with Helen Slater and Yeardley Smith. I did not listen to it, to be honest, but it's on here, and if you want to listen to it, you can. And here is the slipcover here, like I said, and it is the original artwork from the VHS from back in the day. I want to say it was Key. Is that what it is? I'm looking around. I thought I had one of these, like another movie with this art, not with this artwork, but like this one. I can't find it. I guess maybe I don't. I thought I did, but yeah, I think it's Key. But anyway, here it is. Really cool looking. Got the VHS on the side there. I love that. I always think these look really cool. On the back, you got some of the artwork there, and you know, stuff like that. And then here on the VHS, or on the VHS, on the Blu-ray, you have this artwork here. It's a little closer, and this is the special Ferris Fair edition, which it only has the commentary tracks on. It's not very special if you ask me, just my opinion. But then on the back, you get a little bit different artwork, which is nice. You know, it's always nice to have some more artwork, at least. You know, something different. You got your spine there. And the inside here, it's just your standard Blu-ray, which is only region A, so America only. So yeah, like I said, I really do like this movie. Probably wouldn't be anything I'd change about it. It's you know, it's a legend to me. I really like this movie. I always have. Now my wife and I finally, well, she finally got to see it and she enjoyed it because I've been talking about this movie forever to her, and she finally got to see it and she enjoyed it. So, and it's a good story, very powerful ending, and I really enjoy it. And like I said, if you're gonna get it on Blu-ray from Mill Creek, get this edition. Unless you don't give a shit about slipcovers or VHS, than just get a standard edition, a standard plain boring looking case. But I think this is the one to go with. I think this looks awesome. This is probably my favorite one out of all the you know, VHS retro looking you know, rewind collection. So yeah, there's The Legend of Billie Jean. Next up from Mill Creek Entertainment is Neighbors. This one is starring John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd, Cathy Moriarty, and it's about this guy named Earl, and he's just kind of like this guy, just goes to work, comes home, very unappreciative by his wife, and you know, just living a life. And the house next door is kind of vacant and everything, and then one day they get neighbors, and he wants to invite them over for dinner, and the wife's like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. And then he gets a knock on the door, and it's the neighbor, one of the neighbors, Cathy Moriarty, who was Ramona, and she shows herself in, and she's not very shy at all. She's all over Earl, and you know, next thing he knows, he goes out of the room, he comes back, and Vic's in the room, which is the other neighbor, and he's played by Dan Aykroyd, and it's just kind of like all back and forth craziness from there. It's really kind of hard to describe it, to be honest, because the neighbors are driving Earl crazy, but yet he keeps inviting them back in, and as soon as you think he's friends with them again, he turns on them, not because he doesn't trust them, and it just weird shit happens throughout this movie. Like Vic wants to cook them dinner, so he makes Earl give him money for it. So he's going to go in town with Vic's car, or with Earl's car, and then Earl sees him just pull up to the house, and ends up making spaghetti. And the wife already met him in the afternoon, but didn't tell Earl, so she's very fucking shady. And they're just, I would have gone insane if I were Earl. Like, just seeing these people, like, they're crazy. They are pretty nuts. It all, you know, everything of course works out in the end, but it's still a weird fucking ending and a weird movie, and I've never heard of this movie before. I like to say that I've seen most of Dan Aykroyd's movies, and because I really like Dan Aykroyd, and I like the characters they play, and it's weird to see him as a blonde with like these blue eyes, bright blue eyes. They're contacts, obviously, and you can really see that with the Blu-ray quality on here. But like, it's a weird fucking movie, very, very strange. It's rated R, but it's not. I don't know why it's rated R, to be honest. It's not like they don't really curse that much. I don't know, but the setting is really weird. It's just kind of like, it's like kind of a suburb, but it's not a suburb. I don't know. It's very strange, and all this happens in 24 hours, and it feels like that all that goes on. It feels like it should be months, like they would live in there for like a month or a year or so, and it's so much going on with this movie, and the craziness and people. I know I'm rambling. I just, it's like thoughts are coming into my head while I'm trying to talk about this movie, and I don't know if I should say it, and it's so fucking weird, and to be honest, I don't know if I care for this, but yet I didn't hate it. But I wouldn't watch it again. I don't care if I saw it again. I'm glad I saw it. You know, I always like seeing a new movie, especially when that's, you know, as old as it is. I never heard of this movie before, but it's just too fucking strange, I guess. I don't know. And there are stranger movies that I've seen. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me, I guess. Earl, in the end, I'm glad for what he did. And I'm not going to say why. Because, you know, if you want to see it, I don't want to ruin it for you. But I'm glad what he did in the end. It's a very strange movie. And I guess it's supposed to be. It's very confusing. But, or maybe I'm just really stupid. But, again, quality-wise, it looked good. And sounded good. So there's that. And I don't have anything to compare that to. I've never seen any other edition. But, so there's that. John Belushi is a very kind of calm down character in this too. He's likable. They're all kind of likable except for the wife. And then later on, Earl's daughter comes home, who's just like the mother. You know, she's not likable at all. But you know, here I'll show you. You have the slipcover here, which is, like I said, the retro, you know, VHS retro looking art. And you have the front cover here. Pretty cool. I like it. And you got the side with the VHS tape coming out. You got the back. And here's the fucking, I love this. I can't believe it says here, if it's laughs you want, these are the, and it cuts off. And so I don't know if it's a misprint or if that's how they all got shipped out, but it actually says these are the neighbors to look in on. It's on the back of this. So the slip cover to that's actually all messed up. Now again, it could be just my copy, but hopefully it's just my copy. I mean, I hope that's not distributed everywhere and they didn't catch that. But then you got this cover here. I like this one better. And then you got the back. And there's no special features at all. It's just like all the other editions. Same thing with Legend of Billie Jean, except that has some commentary because that's a special edition. And then it has the Blu-ray on here. Region A, like I said, rated R. Hour and 35 minutes. And it goes by pretty quick, I'll be honest. It doesn't drag. The movie doesn't drag. I think because it's so fast-paced and so much is going on that you don't really lose interest in watching it. Because I watched it in one straight shot. I didn't pause it or anything. And I didn't check my phone. Which you think, oh, you didn't check your phone, you like it. Can't say I like this movie, though, that either. It's just very fucking... I don't know, I guess I just feel bad for Earl and the shit that they put him through. And there's nothing wrong with his life. It's not like he just lives his life. He's not maybe it's a little dull, but like there's no his wife is just, I think it's his wife that bothers me. She's a fucking asshole, and he doesn't deserve the shit that she puts him through. And the way things are, like they are making fun of him and she's just laughing about it, and then the fact that he has no backbone, it really fucking bothers me. So, I don't know. Neighbors, take it or leave it. I could leave it. But I still think this is a cool addition to VHS. And like I said, never heard of this before. I can't believe I've never heard of this movie before. I never even, like you know, it's like, oh, I might have seen that before. No, I've never heard of this before in my life. And, again, I'd like to think I've seen most of Dan Aykroyd's. But I guess there's ones out there that I haven't. So, but this one, and I say Dan Aykroyd's because I'm not a giant, John Belushi. I always mix him and his brother up. I'm not a giant John Belushi fan. I like him, but I'm not like, oh, John Belushi's in that, I gotta see it. Like, I'll be honest, I've never seen Animal House. I don't care that I've never seen it. But I love Dan Aykroyd, and if there's a movie that Dan Aykroyd's in that I haven't seen, I want to watch it. If I get a chance. So, yeah. There's Neighbors for you. Okay, so sorry for the sporadic change and, you know, different background, very plain background, but long-time viewers of my channel will probably remember this background. This is where I used to do my videos and my, reviews and that. But this is the end of the video, and it is many days later, and the shirt has been washed since about a few seconds ago. But I needed to finish this video, and things have been happening around the house and everything, and life has been happening, so I didn't get a chance, and this is the only chance I'm getting. So it's happening right here, right now. So if you're interested in any one of these movies, I'll put a link below for each one of them down in the description box. Also, there'll be a trailer for each one. Proceed with caution, there may be spoilers. But other than that, thank you very, very much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And like always, I appreciate everybody watching, and talk to you later. Bye.